Greetings, everyone. You have certified personal growth and development coach and certified law of attraction specialist Keith Young here, back for part 3 of our 4-part video series on resetting 100% of your consciousness. So it's been pretty interesting in these first 2 parts about, instead of using visualization, let's use the word mental rehearsal. When you use mental rehearsal, you can start to create that future that you want and how things turn out the way you want, rather than just creating by default. So we're learning about creating those new synaptic connections in the brain, which will actually act like things have already happened. You're in that first person. You're putting yourself in that scene. So let's talk about part 3 here. So the act of rehearsing your behaviors will begin to install the priming of your brain from the future. If you keep installing the hardware over and over again, the hardware is going to become a software program. And who knows? You may start thinking like an unlimited person. You may start feeling and behaving like a healthy person, a wealthy person, whoever you want to be. Then you can teach your body emotionally what that future is going to feel like before it's made manifest. That means you do not wait for your healing to feel wholeness. You do not wait for your wealth to feel success. You do not wait for that mystical moment to feel, aha, that's the old model of reality, of cause and effect, waiting for something outside of us to change how we feel inside. That's really important there. When we feel better inside of us, we pay attention to whatever the cost. What if it doesn't happen? Then we spend the majority of our life in lack and waiting for it to happen. Now the quantum model of reality is about causing an effect, not waiting for cause and effect, but actually causing an effect. Get that? Did you get that there? The moment you start feeling whole, healing begins. The moment we are in awe of life, we will have a mystical experience. The moment we feel worthy and abundant, our wealth is coming. The moment we feel empowered, we are moving towards success. The moment we're in love with life, in love with ourselves, with our whole life, our world changes. That's causing an effect. So the model then of change is becoming conscious of our unconscious self. The word meditation literally means to become familiar with. So 95% of who we are is hardwired and conditioned. So you got to start thinking about what you've been thinking about and change it. You have to become aware of how you act, what your habits are. So familiar and so conscious of it that you would never go unconscious again. And then you got to look at those emotions that keep you anchored in the past and decide that these emotions belong in the future. I believe that most people try to create as the same personality. That just doesn't work. We literally have to become someone else. So when you cross that river of change or that bridge of change, and you say, what thoughts do I want to fire and wire in my brain? What behavior do I want to demonstrate? And you keep firing and wiring those circuits, it's going to become familiar to you. If you keep cultivating The same elevated emotional states, just like fear and guilt and shame, if you keep doing that enough times, it's going to begin to become familiar to you, and over time, change and transition. So we use the model of meditation and mental imaging, because the whole purpose of meditation and mental imaging is to get beyond the analytical mind, and what separates the conscious mind from the subconscious is the analytical mind. So in part 4 coming up, you are going to learn the process of doing some mental rehearsal, doing some meditation techniques that's going to create that future that you want, to get beyond your habits and beliefs, get beyond that feeling of familiarity to you. We have to travel into the unknown to start to create our future. So until the final video in part 4, wishing you much abundance, prosperity, and success.